Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 120 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and we've got a great show in store today. We're going to talk about two properties. One's going to be in Victory Park, and the other is going to be in Oak Lawn. And in the second segment, Jeff?
Second segment, we're going to talk about how to handle some of the winter damage that you may have had this year.
And there has been a lot of that.
Yes.
It is, it's pretty timely. It was really great because I felt like corporate marketing did a really great job of getting some information out and may have already seen it. We still thought it would be really important and also kind of a reach out to everyone that watches this. And if they're in a situation where they need a list of vendors or a referral, we'd be happy to help you out.
Absolutely. We've got people that we've worked with for quite a while that I think do a really great job. We've had great feedback from customers. I can't tell you that we could have a plumber show up at your house tomorrow, but we could probably get you in contact with a couple of good ones and at least get you on a list.
Absolutely. I think right now, if you kind of watch the news, it seems to be more of a triage situation. And so I know that that's what I had to do with my water heater as it decided to bust. It was time just to cap everything off so that the rest of the house still had water, because it was a very interesting 5 days there at the house. So other than that, still had heat. The water didn't burst anywhere else. And as I saw some of the horrific social posts from our clients, it really was just heartbreaking to see.
It really was. Going
through that kind of myself in a different situation. I get it. That's one of those things that's just not fun for anyone. And it's kind of like, where do you start? It is the elephant that you got to eat one bite at a time.
Yeah, that's true.
But otherwise than that, I felt like the market was still moving briskly. We did see a really strong retraction in the number of new homes that came on the market, but ones that were already new on the market at the time period, we did get under contract during the ice apocalypse.
The apocalypse.
I almost did not get that out. Oh my gosh. So it has been a lot to deal with. It is shaping up to be a really strong spring market, though.
It is. There's a lot of inventory coming back on the market, coming to the market right now. Like Weston said, that we had that little bubble of stuff that 3 or 4 days there where nothing came on, but all of that was ready and people just delayed the launch is now starting to happen. So, we've got, I don't know, a dozen buyers we're working with right now that we're kind of in that jump and run mode where something comes on the market, you run out and take a look at it, decide if that's the one.
And the other thing too that I thought that was so great is that we were sent a list of addendums to include on offers and also on current existing contracts that really help ease both a buyer and make sure that a seller has fully disclosed if there are or if there aren't damages. And I think that's really great, because I think in this time we had one that was under contract on Wedgelia, and we swung out there and made sure, luckily the heat was still on, all the waters were running. And so there was no damage. But had that been a situation, buyers would get really, really nervous, as they should. Yeah. And it's our job to help them.
A lot of lenders right now are requiring re-inspections of the properties too before closing.
Yep.
Insurance agents, we encourage people that, like, the day you come out of the option period, you should really start hammering on getting your insurance in place, because that process is, it used to be you could call your insurance company and get a binder sent over in about 30 minutes to cover you, and it just didn't happen that fast now. It can take 2 weeks to get a policy issued and have documents to the title company that satisfy the lender requirements and truly make sure you're fully insured.
That's a great point, because you want to make sure, and racing through that, it's one of those things that you really need to do due diligence and have time to understand what you're signing up for, because it's it's never activated until it's an emergency. And it's just that pre-planning to get ahead of it.
Yeah, it really is. And, we're not insurance agents licensed in that area at all, but we do understand a certain amount of it that can help you kind of wade through. I always tell people that when they start talking to their insurance agent, talk to 3 or 4 different people. When you're buying a home is the time that you're really able to negotiate better rates, get a package deal. If you've got a car or you've got an umbrella policy, it's the time for you to really do some shopping around. But every insurance company has a little different flavor to what their policies are. And so sometimes, that insurance agent is really only telling you about the best parts of their policy, and might be other questions that you need to ask, and we're happy to help you with that. Whether you're buying a house from us or not, give us a call. We're happy to help you with that.
Absolutely. And so what we're going to do today is jump into the first house that we have.
2 that did not have any damage.
Did not, which is great. And this is 2323 North Houston, and it's unit 413. And this is a great building. This came up in Victory Park. It's called The Terrace is the name of the complex. And it's such a really great area. If you live, work, and enjoy downtown, this is one of those homes that you really want to take a look at. It has great access to 35. You can just come down the street. It looks like it's Lamar or Continental, and it's actually Lamar, and it drops you right on 235 before the actual toll road access. Now, the only question is they're redoing that configuration of access to the toll road, and I don't know if this is before or after that. We'll have to see later. One of the great things, too, is Katy Trail is just outside of this, which means that you can jump on that. It's a quick 2-mile walk, and you can be almost up to Henderson at that rate.
You have really good walkability from here, whether you're going to go into the downtown area, whether you're going to just stay right there in Victory Park. Victory Park has just become a real great place to spend your evenings. There are restaurants in every price perspective there. There's a really big movie theater there. Obviously,
right.
Stars games, the Mavs games, every concert that is worth going is going to be at American Airlines Center. So.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. So this first image is going to be actually the back side of the building. And we thought that was such a great shot. You can tell that we were actually able to get this shot in the spring. And there is a great little dog park area right here. And it has a segmented arched fountain that goes all the way across.
You've got a really great entry into the lobby. This is manned almost 24 hours a day. You've got really great common space. This is a small meeting room that is right off of the lobby. If you're having informal meetings with somebody, this is a really great amenity to have. And then you've got these other little small areas to sit, which is right by the elevator bank.
So going up to the 4th floor, this is at the end. It's not the true corner unit, but it is basically a cul-de-sac, so you have a limited number of guests. You walk in, and one of the great things about this is it's not exposing the entire unit when the front door opens. This is a hallway as it turns with a coat closet there on the right-hand side. And then this house, or this unit, has been renovated from top to bottom. As we walk through this, you'll see that the level of fit and finish here is a very high caliber. This one, I think that we forgot to say, is a lease. And this type of fit and finish is not typical of today's leases.
It's really not. And these granite countertops have a really light leather finish to them that is just amazing. This entire kitchen was gutted and redone. It's got a 120 bottle wine maker. The door to the left there that you see closed is a really great pantry. Solid surface countertops, microwave, convection oven, vent hood, really, and it's a 2-butt kitchen.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And it's just open, and there's tons and tons of natural light. And as you'll see here, we took some really great shots to let you get the feel and the touch. A very symmetrical room, as you see here. Great window, focal point. And then you do have an easy way to configure both your TV and the couch so that it makes sense. Because I know that so many people get concerned about how it's going to line up. Again, here, what we're really trying to do is show that even with living in a condo, you have great light for plants. So it's a wonderful, warm, inviting.
And this has a little small balcony off of it that you can get out and sit on and have this kind of view of the Calatrava Bridge. And it's such a great viewpoint from standing anywhere in that in that unit.
Yep. And so you see here that you've got plenty of room for, they've got 2 small chairs. You can put them a little bit larger. And then as we pitch and we're looking back in, you can see how it again flows. That little entry right there that you see, that is an entry into the master. And you can see it right there on the far right-hand side. That's how you would go there. And on the opposite side is the entry into the guest bedroom. This is the master itself.
Master bedroom is a really great size. That is a king-size bed. He's got quite a bit of furniture in here. You've still got a really great flow of the room without feeling like you're being, you're getting claustrophobic. And then walk-in into the bathroom at this point is really pretty spectacular with double closets on each side just as you walk through that door.
Right, you can kind of see how you would enter into either side, and I believe it's alpha shelving that he's used on either side. And he went ahead and gutted and then reconfigured this entire bathroom scenario. So we've got the walk-in double shower, and one of the things that he did that's amazing is he's dropped down, you can see just in the bottom left-hand corner, dropped down so that the soap and shaving, everything is below, so it has that nice, clean, level look. You're going to have the great brass, which is really what to more and more today's buyers are looking for. Double vanity, one on this side, and right behind you is where the other one is. So there's plenty of space for everyone.
And as you come into the office, this is either the second bedroom or the office. It also has those really great views across the balcony there. When so many people are working from home, this would be the view that you get when you're sitting there working on your computer. It's just spectacular.
So again, he did not spare any expenses, and we're going to go into the second full bathroom. And again, all the way cabinets, countertops, really great light, changed the way the light fixtures, and again, added brass finishes both to the pulls of the cabinets and also then let that reflect in the actual faucets there you see.
And this has a, This has a stand-up shower stall in it that's really a good size. And once again, he's got the little cubby holes that were built into it to kind of save a little bit more space inside getting your soap and shampoo off.
So this building comes with amenities, and so there's not much that you need. Enjoy the pool, lounge, you've got covered as well. And then this building also is going to have a little area that's set aside for you to actually have dinner guests if you want to do al fresco, grill, enjoy the fire pit as well. And again, one of the things that you're not really able to see, but there is a beautiful Dallas skyline around you.
And this is the gym that is in the building available for all the residents. It has every piece of workout equipment that you could need to get a really good full workout in. And then if you want to get outside and do workouts outside, you get this really wonderful lawn that is on the western side of the building.
So we didn't cover this and we don't have a picture of it, but this is a 2-car parking garage as well, and they're side by side. So this is 2323 North Houston. Unit 413 comes in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage side by side, and it is 1,500 square feet, and it is $2,800 a month. And if you would like more information about this home, we'll be happy to let you know. I think that we don't have a link yet to share, but as soon as it's available, we will get that out to everyone.
Absolutely.
So what's the next one, Jeff?
So we're going to zip up into the Oaklawn area, and this is at 4406 Bowser. It's unit number 9, and this is a unit that we've sold a couple of times, or we've sold before, and then we've leased it a couple of times for the current owner, and now they're ready to move on and do something different with their life. From a location perspective, this again has super walkability. You are a stone's throw away from a Gloria's margarita, which is my favorite margarita in the world. Come on, Gloria's. But you've also got great access to the tollway. You've got great access to Oaklawn Avenue, which can get you closer into downtown. The Katy Trail, again, is not very far from there. It's I probably wouldn't walk to the Katy Trail, but I'd bike over there and then bike back and forth on it, and that'd give you probably a good 10-mile round-trip bike ride.
So the other thing to this one is that you're walking distance to Whole Food from here, and you also have Craddock Park. So it's a great way to take the dog out, let the dog run around, swing by and pick up dinner at Whole Food. One of the amazing things about Whole Food is in the fish section, they'll actually cook your fish for you on their flat grill and take it all home. It's a super easy way to get out and enjoy a very walkable lifestyle that so many people come and move to Dallas and want to reproduce from where they were from.
Yeah, and this is a really great Santa Barbara style building. You don't really find this style a lot in Dallas.
You do not.
and it is a stucco exterior, red tile roof, the Juliet balconies on it, gated courtyards. Wonderful walk up. You've got the flexibility to do the courtyard in the way that you want and have the vibe that you want. But the HOA does manage that for you.
And it's interesting because if it's not modern construction now, it is this style right here that comes up. We see it over and over in Highland Park. Inside, you come in and it's a very easy approach. And inside, we've got a great door right here. The stain is amazing on this one. It did pick up in that photo, but it also is a speakeasy, so you can actually open the little spot right there. When you look through this, you're going to see that there's quite a few closets. And the great thing about this configuration is able to stack, and you could retrofit an elevator.
Yep. This is the downstairs bedroom with those really big windows on the front and on the northern side of the building. You've absolutely great light with this being an end unit, really a generous sized bedroom. And then the bathroom that's connected to this is also very nicely done. I think those are stone countertops. You have the really cool tile in the shower, and it's a very good sized room for a guest bath.
And as you go upstairs, you're greeted by this really great sized kitchen island right here, and it's easy to sit. Probably I would say 5 could sit there comfortably. So it's a great little happy hour cocktail before you go out. The appliances are high end again. Viking is what we're looking at, and the way that here we go, little half bath. But the way that this is configured, there's a dining room that is split aside that you're going to see right here. But what I love about the configuration of this dining room is because so many people today are looking for extra space to call an office. And if you're not one of the big diners, this would be an amazing space and closet space for an office because of the amount of light that you get. And being a corner unit, there's one less neighbor and there's more windows.
And this is a galley style kitchen, but it's open on both ends. So you've still got, that's a really wide shape in there. It doesn't quite come across in the pictures, I think. But you've got a gas range, which again is something that you find in about 50% of the units at this price point. And marble countertop or granite countertops, excuse me, that really cool tile on the backsplash. And then you've also got, again, being an end unit, you've got this really great view over the sink.
Yeah, and one of the things that so many times we show condos, the quality of the countertop of the cabinets is not very great. And here you can see that this is wood built on site. Just adds to that layer of quality that is just kind of understood in this home. And here we go into this really great large living room. Easy configuration that you see here, and one of the things that we fell in love with, and everybody does when they come in, is this really large arching window. We don't typically see the arched windows, and I believe that the finish in the walls is a museum finish, so it just begins to create this wonderful warm texture.
And I think all of the iron railing really kind of adds to it. You've still got the openness, but you've got some definition of the rooms there. Gas fireplace, perfect place to mount the TV right over the top of that. And this is a really large room. You've got a lot of flexibility in how you might arrange that.
So we're going to jump to the 3rd floor, and you can see we've got that continuation of the wrought iron and the trim and detail on the ceiling. But one of the great things about this is you're given another additional space. So this is really great if you need a home office. This can dedicate towards it. Don't feel claustrophobic, open up and get to that Juliet balcony. One of the other ways that we've seen this used is a small little workout space. So the versatility in this unit is amazing. Again, we're going to reemphasize over and over again how great the natural light is, because that's one of the things that everybody wants. Here again in the master bedroom, you're going to see you get these 2 additional windows that so many times, if you're an interior unit, you do not get those that flank the bed.
And this has a small little area off to the kind of in the middle of the screen there that's kind of a little small kitchenette upstairs, which makes a great coffee bar, great wine bar if you're one of those that drinks wine in bed. And then vaulted ceilings. And oh, there it is right there. And it is a wet bar. So you've got, you really, once you put a coffee maker down there or anything, you really don't need anything else.
So one of the things that we're going to see throughout is that they have not skimped on the cabinets anywhere. I pointed out that they were the quality in the downstairs in the kitchen, and you can see they're replicating that both in the wet bar, but as we transition and get into the master, you're going to see that that continues both in the countertops, but also around the tub. And that's a great way for a house not to feel choppy or that it was piecemealed together. This has a strong cohesive feel, both with the colors, but also the finishes that they used. This has a really nice walk-in shower, and you can see directly across from that is a great tub. One of the things we don't have a picture of is how large that closet is.
So 4406 Bowser, number 9, is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, and it was built in 2008. It's 2,100 square feet, and it's priced at $525, and that is $250 a square foot.
So this is a great unit. We just finished having it staged, and it will be live on the market, I believe.
Probably Monday of next week.
Very good. So if this is something that you think you'd like to get into, let us know. We'd be happy to work with you on Monday, make that happen, and let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear.
Absolutely. And we will be right back.
There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com, where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information, and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
And welcome back to the second segment of episode 120 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
We're going to talk today a little bit about how to put it all back together after the storm. So storm damages and vendor selection must. And this is one of the key things that I think is going to make life a lot easier. My sister has a saying, buy best, cry once. Mm-hmm. And I kind of have to agree with that, because as a non-handyman guy, I may be creative and be able to make things. But as far as like being an engineer and fixing and repairing, that's not my strong suit. So I'm going to actually try to always go with a professional. It may drive certain people in my life crazy, but I think it makes my life easier at the end of the day.
Yes, and sometimes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say yes, but anyway.
Yes, go on.
So there are some key core things that we like to think about when it comes to talking to a vendor, coming to talk to anybody that's doing work on your house. Yeah. And I think that number one thing that we have learned over time is check that the vendor has insurance. Mm-hmm. That is critically important, especially if you're working in, if you've got a condo or a townhome, because if those vendors don't have insurance and they cause an issue, that liability all falls back on you. And while you may have insurance, your insurance company will have nowhere to go with that.
And we understand that this circumstance is a little bit different because everything happened so quick, and there were some very acute situations that we addressed. And I will say that using plumbers, maybe have whoever can get out there to cap it, and triage it, but then maybe the next steps do a little more research and finding out the insurance.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I feel like many vendors' pricing varies based on the volume of work that they have at the time.
Correct.
And so when they have a lot of volume of work, their prices do tend to go up because they're trying to figure out who really wants to work with them and who really doesn't. And so we're both of us are definitely of the mindset, you just said it, buy best and cry once. And we don't always look for the lowest price bid that we get on something because right. it's not always the best. One of the things, if you're working with vendors that you don't know, that we highly recommend you do, is ask for multiple references and ask for references of people that they are currently doing work with and ones that they've done work with. I was watching the news last night, and they were profiling a contractor who's got several hundred judgments against them. And one of the things that came out during the investigation is that the images that he was sending to people of his previous work were stock images that were being widely used across a variety of websites. And it's a really easy way to kind of cross-check those things, but it was just one of those things that you want to do when you're hiring somebody to do, work on your house.
Yep. And it's always important to ask about the warranty and the guarantee before the work starts. And a lot of times this warranty and these guarantees need to be in writing. And so again, you'll need to verify that that is going to happen. Oh, and get it going. So only agree to written contracts as well.
Yes, absolutely. You should be able to get a bid in writing and then and we always look at the bids, like you should never get a one-line bid. You should get, especially if it's a different, a thing that's got multi-layers on it, you should be able to have the detail and breakdown of what the costs of each part are. And then, the next thing is don't pay the entire cost up front, because that gets you too far behind with that vendor and it removes the motivation for them to complete that project.
And going back just one more to the written contracts, I think it's really critical also, given that we saw so many people that lost quite a bit and things were damaged. Digital copies of all of this is so critical. So scan it in, scan it to yourself, save it to your iCloud, save it to your Google Docs. But these are the elements that will make life so much easier when it comes down to being able to put things back in place and get your insurance, which is the next one, to actually be able to work with you and get you up to speed.
Yeah, and certainly notify your home insurance provider if there has been any damage, and make sure that you take pictures before, take pictures as the process is going on, and take pictures after, just so that you have that visual documentation. We've had lots of experiences where people have gone through catastrophic losses where, we had their home photographed, and then they went through a catastrophic loss, and those photographs that we had really helped to document everything that was there. And, you can look at it in a picture and you can tell it's, it wasn't made up.
You read my mind, because I was about to drill that down, is that if you were one of the lucky ones that didn't actually suffer any damage, now is the time to actually go ahead and take those pictures and go ahead and get those to your insurance provider. Again, that one ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure on this.
Absolutely.
I'm full of cliches today. Just listen to me. Got a ton of them.
Yeah, and many times, there are things that damages that were caused that were not going to be covered under your insurance policy, and the U.S. government with FEMA has put in place disaster declarations that now allow FEMA to help pay for some of the costs that insurance doesn't cover. If you are one of those people who had damage and are maybe a tenant somewhere and had no insurance, this is really a program for you. You can apply online at the website that we've got listed on the graphic. We'll have that as a link down below also, or there's an 800 number they've set up for you to call to apply for those.
Yep. And as we said at the beginning of the segment, if you need a referral for a vendor, please let us know. If we don't have it, we've got 500-600 agents in our company that we can reach out to and definitely find out someone that's reputable. And I think that that's one of the things that people forget, is that even though we may not have like the chimney sweep in your area, because we work with so many people and agents, we're going to be able to find that for you.
And we're providing all this to you because our company has a philosophy of people first, and we just want you to know that if there is something we can help you with, we're happy to be that resource, and we always want to be your resource for that.
Yep. So tune in next week, same time, and remember, we want to be your realtors for life.